Hi guys, welcome back. Today's video is going to be a what's in my carry-on. This is a lot of stuff. I could definitely pare this down. This is kind of the absolute maximum that I'm going to take. So far I have been really snatching time to film these packing videos and like prep travel videos. It's not been, I haven't had as much time as I usually do to do this kind of thing. And I really wanted to film this because I'm absolutely in love with this backpack. Also, if you saw my other packing video, the packing vlog, I think I called it, because it was here, there and everywhere, I was trying to leave as much space in my actual case as possible. Now, what I may end up doing is shuffling things around slightly so there's a little bit less in here, because there's some stuff in here that I really wouldn't mind checking in a bag, and there's some stuff that I really would like to keep with me at all times. And so some things may change, but I wanted to show you kind of the remainder of what I'm actually taking with me. Right now it's packed in these 2 bags that I'm going to have with me at all times. But you know, there may be some shuffling because this is like 2 capacity right now. It's a lot of stuff and this is super heavy. So my plan with this backpack, this is from Amazon, I think it's about £38. My plan with this backpack is I'm actually going to be able to take it with me while we wander around now New York. Not all the time. There's probably going to be like 1 day or 2 half days where I take it because I want to take more camera equipment. There's actually something on the bottom of this bag where I can clip my tripod to it. You can open this up and it will kind of put the tripod on the bottom of the bag. I won't be taking everything that I show you with me at all times. That would be insane. But it is a really good protective and water resistant bag to carry around camera equipment. It wasn't that expensive compared to a lot of the ones that I saw. So that's the reason that I picked this. It's also really great for travel because there's so many compartments. So even if you weren't using it as a camera bag, if you use a backpack as a carry-on, which I always would recommend because it really is way easier to get to things on the fly. I don't tend to have a bag that I put in the overhead cabin. I like to have all of my things with me at all times because I'm not very tall. I hate the idea of having to move people out of the way to get things mid-flight. I like to have something small enough that I can actually access things at my feet. I don't need a lot of legroom again, I'm quite short. But usually, if it's Lee and I traveling, I will have a case, like a rolly carry-on and a backpack. And so I really have had to try and condense things this trip. And although, again, I'm not going for a long time at all, it all comes down to what I want to bring back. And I will be working while we're there, so I'll be doing stuff on my computer. I'll be taking loads of pictures. So I did have to take kind of a lot of equipment. So first of all, in here I have a bag of chargers and wires. Now this is one of those things that I could definitely condense. I could probably just bring like, I'll show you a couple of things. I've got a Game Boy charger in here. Everyone laughs at me when I say Game Boy. Does anybody else still call Nintendo DS a Game Boy? Because I said that to someone the other day and they're like, oh my God, do they still make a Game Boy? No, but you know what I mean. So I've got the charger in there. I've got about 14 of these. These charge a bunch of different stuff. For one, they charge, what are they called? My mini mobile battery chargers. And I won't need to take them all on the flight with me. I've never known a flight not have power in my seat, but not like a plug, but for USB chargers, but you never know. So I've got a bunch of different extra chargers here as well. A spare USB card reader because my computer doesn't have one. I've got a adapter, which I probably would keep with me because again, what if your luggage goes missing? So that's everything that was in that little bag of wires. I have my heat holder socks, which is fairly big. They take up a lot of space. These are great for on the flight to keep your feet warm, but I just love them anyway. They're like actually men's socks, but they're really warm and kind of comfortable, but they don't go all weird, you know, like those cheap ones from Primark. I like them, but they kind of go a bit matted after a while and they last a lot longer. So this is one of the biggest things I've got in my carry-on, which I don't think that I dare put in my checked luggage. And this is 2 handbags basically condensed into one. If you saw my packing video, you will have seen I've kind of got 2 hats, 2 handbags. I've tried to make it into a smaller package, but I want to keep these with me because what if my luggage does go missing? I am one of those people that can kind of make my peace with these things and just be like, look, you know, it doesn't matter. I can buy the things that I need. Things can be replaced. But there are some things I feel like I would just be so upset if I lost, and a kind of high value items of those things. So I've got a couple of things I didn't really want to check, plus my technology. So my iPad I will be using on the flight. I'll just show you inside this bag because it's so cool. So it kind of looks like it's a shallow bag. It's not very deep, but in this back section, you've got things that you can kind of slip stuff in there. So I could separate things into little pouches and stuff because there are little areas to do that. But down this back area is a padded section where I've got my iPad. I'll be charging this and putting a ton of movies and New York related things for us to watch on there. And I've also got my laptop, which is just the 11-inch MacBook Air, but I think you could probably fit the 13 in there because it is made for a laptop, so it's larger than my stuff is. But I would definitely keep those with me. I definitely wouldn't check my laptop because it's got so much stuff in it that I just couldn't replace. Again, there are other little pockets up there that I could be utilising, but I'm not at the moment. May end up being that that is a better way of utilising the space than the little pouches that I'm using at the moment. So in the front of the bag, it depends on the day, I find, whether or not I need to take out electronic equipment. It used to be that you always used to take out your laptop, your iPads, phones, all that stuff, and put them in a separate tray when you go through security. The last time we didn't have to do that. So maybe I won't have to enter the body of the bag. We'll see, but I have, just in case, put my liquids bag in the front pocket because then it's easier to access. It's the only thing that's in there. I may even put that in my handbag because then it's even easier to access. So I can just throw this in a thing on its own and just get that bag of liquids out. We'll see. So that's the top of the bag and the front of the bag. Around the side, this is where it gets exciting. This is totally Velcro as well. All the compartments are kind of Velcro so that you can make it one huge bag if you want to, or there are options. But I love this. If you are a bit of an organisation freak, you will love this too. I'm not a tidy person, but I love to organise things. I like things, you know, to put things in places. This really does it for me. So in here, there's like this pull-out pouch. It's super full right now. This pull-out pouch, which will be really useful. It's something that I could be carrying the bag on my back and be able to unzip and pull it out to pull out my camera or a lens or whatever else. This is what makes it really great for photography and carrying camera stuff around with you. But this is an entirely padded thing as well. Again, when you get this out, it's got little segments. There are actually 3 segments, but I'm just using 2 of them, and you can Velcro those to wherever you want, so it's kind of customizable. This I have, which is a little mini tripod. I can use this with any of my cameras, but also I discovered, I was going to buy one of these on Amazon the other day. I discovered that this, which is the top of a selfie stick, actually will go onto any of my tripods. And so I can set my camera up to, well, to film or for us to do selfies. We could do selfies like that if we want to, but most importantly, to time lapse. So I've put that on there. So I've got my mini tripod and I've got that, but I could put a camera on there, or I could put this on my large tripod if I want to, which will be going in my case. And I forgot to show you when I packed because I was using it to film. Then I've got my large DSLR camera with the regular lens on it there. Hang on a second. I have my Instax Mini. I'm going to have some film that's packed with this, but I'm waiting for it to arrive. It should arrive tomorrow. It better do, because I'm filming this like really to the wire. Tomorrow's my last day and then we're going, so hopefully it arrives tomorrow, otherwise I'm not taking this. But I wanted to take some pictures because I never take that kind of, I never take these cameras with me, and I have a couple. That should be down there. So I wanted to get some film for this trip. Then I've got 2 different lenses. This is a little 50mm lens. No, I haven't got my lens caps, I'm the worst. And this is actually a bit of a special one I got from Amazon. I think this was about £17. And it's a macro wide angle lens. It's like 2 different lenses in one. And you attach this to the lens that you've already got, and it makes it either wide angle or incredible detail. It's an amazing, amazing thing for a really cheap price. I'm going to give that a go with some kind of landscape stuff I thought would be quite cool with the wide angle lens. I've also got my GoPro. Again, that's something that can be charged with that wire that I showed you earlier. I don't know whether I'll use this, but if we ever go anywhere where I feel like I want a really, really long time lapse, if we're going to sit somewhere for a long time, or if we get a view from our hotel, which is very doubtful, then this is something that I could use then, because my camera and my phone will only time lapse for so long. So this would be, plus it's waterproof, so I could potentially leave this while we were under an umbrella or whatever. Umbrella? Oh no, I did pack that. I also have a spare vlogging camera battery in here, down there. So that's everything that's in that little section. And like I say, it's a lot of stuff. I fit a lot of stuff in there, and it is a heavy, heavy bag once it's packed. So I may reshuffle, but really the main thing that's taking up a huge amount of space that I wish I didn't have to pack in there is this, because this takes up almost the whole top section of that bag. Now, what I would be putting in there, had I not had this, I mean, I may end up putting this in my handbag and do it the other way around, we'll see. I'll show you what I've put in my handbag because it wouldn't fit in the backpack because I'm taking those bags. So this is the Alexander Wang Rocky. This is a large bag. I always thought of this as a really small bag, but it fits so much stuff in it. It's huge. It's absolutely way, way bigger than I thought it would be. I've got the larger size and I had the mini size, and this is perfect. I can't imagine needing the larger size. So if you've been looking at this, it gets more and more expensive every year, irritatingly. It's almost doubled in price over the years. It doesn't seem to be going away. It seems to be becoming a bit of a classic, and it's really, really good bag. So in here I have, this is a bag of various medications that we could need at any time. So I have like anti-sickness pills, I have Imodium, because I will not travel without Imodium, you just never know, and especially on a flight, I would almost take it as a preventative measure. Nobody needs to have any kind of tummy trouble on a flight, especially a long one. I've got ibuprofen, Sudafed, all kinds of different medication that we might need I have in here. So hopefully we've got all the bases covered there. A hairbrush, I have my vlog camera, I do have my vlog camera chargers and my proper camera chargers and my MacBook charger and all that stuff, but things are charging right now, so I didn't want to pack them. I have my main, what is this called? Mobile battery unit thing, because this is the largest one and it will carry the most charge. This is a really, really great one, and it's ancient, it's massive. I know you can get smaller ones that do the same thing, but I know that's reliable. I've got a face powder. My purse, I'm taking a large purse. I wouldn't usually, however, I mean, it's quite compact, I suppose, but it's thick. However, this is large enough that I feel like I'm going to be able to fit any currency that I need to take with me. It's also large enough to put my passport in there. It's kind of working for me as a travel wallet at the same time. I've got my 2DS, which has Zelda on it, and I would very much like to be playing that on the plane. I've got my travel money, which, by the way, I always get from Asda because I find that it is the best rate, and some headphones. I'll also be taking my in-ear headphones because I find throughout the flight it's kind of a little bit easier, a little bit better for me if I alternate between the two. So these ones eventually will annoy me because they kind of get sore on the top of my head, and the in-ear ones obviously get sore in my ears, but I can sit at work with my headphones in for 6 to 7 hours before they start to annoy me. So it's kind of a swings and roundabouts thing, but I find that if I alternate, it's less irritating to me. I have 2 pairs of sunglasses in here. They're just cheap ones. What is this? Oh, a lipstick. I totally forgot I had that in there. These are from H&M, I believe. I really like these ones, pretty funky. And these ones I just got from Primark. If you haven't already seen that video, I think I have a whole video that will have gone up by the time you see this. And in here I have a headphone splitter, which obviously means that we can each watch the same thing that we've downloaded. And this is quite a funky little thing. This is a wide angle lens adapter for your phone. So you get kind of a wider view of what you can see. It kind of works like a selfie stick because it gives you a larger frame that you can see. But if you take that off, then it's smaller. I think it's quite a funky thing. I know I'm like repeating what you can see constantly, but hey. Right, so that's everything. That is everything that I'm taking on the plane. Really, in reality, what I actually need is very, very little. If I wasn't worried about taking things for, you know, YouTube and blogging and stuff like that, I would obviously have everything that I have in my bag all the time, like my camera, my wallet, all that stuff. I'd have my iPad and I'd have my headphones. I probably wouldn't even have a camera because we can all take pictures on our phones now, but at most I would maybe be taking a little camera. I'd have some kind of medications and stuff because I can't travel without them. You know, entertaining types of things. But I could probably get on a plane with just my handbag if it was large enough to carry my iPad. This is a huge amount of stuff to take with me, and the reason is I'm going to be vlogging. I want to edit and stuff while we're there, so I'm taking all that stuff, and there's just a lot of stuff that I daren't check in case it gets lost. So, you know, for the average person, this is a huge amount of stuff. Bear that in mind. One last thing that I wanted to mention, because I didn't mention this in my packing video and I should have, is I'm going to be taking this, which is a bit of a lifesaver if you don't have a lot of plugs in the hotel room and you have a lot of stuff to charge. So whether it's you and you're like me and you're taking a crazy amount of stuff with you that is electronic, or if you're going with a lot of people, this is amazing. So you just need the one. Obviously things are going to charge a little bit slower than they would if they had their individual plugs, but Still, if you're charging things overnight, I don't think it makes a big difference. So you plug this in, you've got your one adapter, and then you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 regular plugs. And then also down here, we've got 4 USB adapters as well. This is amazing. It's awesome. I use this all the time. And since I have so many things that are kind of charging and being plugged in all at the same time, it's great. And it just means that when we go, Charles and I, we will be able to put this in the corner of the room and it'd be like a charging station, which will be great because she's also a blogger and we will just be charging constantly. So that is everything. And it really is everything. I hope you enjoyed this. Hopefully the next few videos that you see will be vlogs. I'm so excited. Like I say, it's 2 days away from going right now. I've actually left work in the middle of the day to film this video because I so wanted to get it filmed. Had to wait out the dogs barking. I'm actually supposed to be at work right now. I left work in the middle of the day so that I could film this because I so wanted to get it done for you. And I knew that if I waited till tonight, it would be dark and the light would be horrible. I mean, I'm using a light box right now, but it is the middle of the day. You know, it's winter in England. But I so wanted to get this film, so hopefully you guys enjoyed it. It wasn't a waste of time. And yeah, vlogs coming very, very soon.